8:40, 8:50, 8:41 coming up on a Sunday. Grab a cup of coffee or tea. Join us. This is going to be good because all eyes of the nation on Detroit this week, big time. 20 Democratic candidates, as you know, going to square off at the Fox Theater for back-to-back nights, debate nights, a chance to win over you, the Michigan voter. So let's join our experts here to talk about these Democratic debates. We have Nolan Finley with the Detroit News, Chastity Pratt with Bridge Magazine. Thank you both for coming in bright and early.
Good to be here.
Nolan, ladies first. Chastity Pratt, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Big focus. DNC brings the big time two debates here. Is it because they feel the sting from last time that they maybe didn't pay enough attention to our Michigan and Detroit voters?
Well, I mean, you know, Michigan is a swing state, and if you're a Democrat, that means that Detroit, being the Democratic stronghold in the entire state, is very important. But I think the thing that's really going to be important is not only whether Detroit is going to be important in the horse race, but what are the issues? People in Detroit are like, okay, thank you for coming because we know we're important. Don't just talk about our importance politically, but talk about the issues that are important. What are the issues that bring you here to Michigan? And those issues are, of course, the environment and the Great Lakes, it's infrastructure, it's education, it's healthcare. People in Detroit really want the issues of Detroit to take front and center stage. You have some protests coming up this week because they know the candidates are here, and it's around green, it's around, you know, the environment. And so people are really expecting for the candidates not to only talk about why we're important politically, but what are the issues that are important to us.
We know we're important, but did Detroiters feel ignored from last time? Didn't get enough attention?
Oh, I mean, you know, this state was won by what, 10,000 votes? Yeah. Now everybody knows how important we are.
Right.
So whatever happened in 2016, that's water under the bridge. People know Detroit and Michigan are important, especially to the Democrats.
Let's get to Fox Theater. Nolan has a piece in this morning's Sunday paper that you'll pick up and read with your coffee. Let's talk about it, Nolan. What are we looking for out of the debates? And we know who has a lot to gain, but who has a lot to lose in the debate?
Well, I mean, this debate, I think, is all about Joe Biden. He comes in as a major front runner nationwide. He's got a 2-1 lead. So everybody's going to be trying to chip away at Joe Biden. I think his challenge is to have the discipline to stay in his lane. He's the only one out there courting moderate voters. In the end, it'll be those older voters, black voters who decide the Democratic primary, and he's speaking to them perhaps more than anybody else. Everyone else is out there chasing the progressive vote. And, you know, I would expect you're going to see the progressives on that stage trying to knock each other off because that group has to consolidate if they're going to beat Joe Biden.
Chastity, who pops up and who shines more in these two nights, do you think?
People in Detroit really want to hear from Kamala Harris. They really want to, you know, that whole thing that happened between Kamala and Biden.
Right.
It was drama.
Well,
so,
it knocked him, you know, for a loop.
Well,
it was a blow.
But it didn't knock him off, you know, his high horse. He's still 2-1 lead over his next opponent. So people in Detroit want to hear from Joe Biden. He was Barack Obama's vice president, and that means something to black people. That means something to people in Detroit.
And when he walked onto that NAACP stage last week for their candidate forums,
they loved him.
I mean, everybody stood up as he was walking out. They never stood down. It was interesting to see. It's a primarily African-American audience, and the biggest response went to Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders.
That may be the answer to my next question because the polling is showing some polls are showing in Michigan, the Biden, 2-1 lead, or 33% of primary voters. But I was going to ask you, what do you think how that translates to Detroit voters? Are they looking to him or looking to someone new or different?
I mean, Buttigieg gets some interest, but Bernie Sanders and Biden and Kamala Harris and maybe some Cory Booker, because this is a black city, of course, they're like, what are our black candidates talking about? And so they're going to get some love from that audience for sure. But you know, at this point, the horse race says it's Joe Biden's race, and Elizabeth Warren is in that mix right behind Bernie Sanders. So we'll see. But Detroiters are, I think, at this point, less concerned about the horse race and who's ahead and who we want to vote for. They really want to hear, are you talking just to America from Detroit, or are you also talking to the audience in the room?
Right.
Are you talking to our issues?
Absolutely. So let's get to their predictions. We'll start with you, Ms. Pratt. What are we going to see? What are you predicting what's going to happen next Tuesday and Wednesday?
I mean, you know, if the polls are any indication, and the polls being, Bridge Magazine has a story this week wherein Joel Kerth talked to Democrats around the state. What do you want us to talk about? What do you want the Democrats to talk about? And they, of course, said the regular issues, but also the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce did a poll of Michigan voters and saying, what do you want them to talk about? And health care is an issue with Detroit, with not only Detroiters, but Michigan residents. There are a lot of issues where Michigan residents are all in the center and have consensus, but when you talk about health care, when you talk about education, when you talk about this whole civility, you know, a little bit about that, people are split. So I predict that they'll talk about those issues that people are split on and really deal with what the fringe people are interested in, the fringe voters, when they really should concentrate on the middle, because that's where their votes are going to be.
But in that chamber poll, they weren't split on health care. A solid majority said, leave our health care alone. This is a state where, you know, a lot of people are used to employer-provided health care, and they don't want these candidates messing with them. I don't think this Medicare for All is going to resonate here, according to the chamber poll. I think people are looking in this election, and I think that's what a lot of these candidates are missing. It's not about what are you going to give me. It's how are you going to lead me. This is a leadership election. If you look at where we are in the economy, we're doing well, and yet people are still discontented. They want someone who can lead this country, unite this country, and in this horrible divisiveness we have, I think leadership and a presidential demeanor will be more important than any specific programs these folks talk about.
But I mean, seriously, issues kind of sometimes people's eyes glaze over when you go too far into the weeds. So that's why you see dramatic points where the candidates try to do or say something to be remembered. There are 20 people
in 2 nights.
In 2 nights, so you're going to expect to see, you know, another Kamala Harris type of situation where they try to just stand out, do or say something to stand out.
I wonder who will jump out as we go forward here. All right, let's wrap things up. I thank you both for coming in. You'll be with us for the next couple of days, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Morning?
Morning.
We'll get you fresh coffee.
Oh, please.
No, evening?
Yep.
How did you get that?
Lucky.
Right.
I'm not a morning person.
Well, no one here is. All right. Thank you both so much. Local 4, certainly your home for debate coverage, of course. Tuesday and Wednesday, there's Devin and Kimberly right there. We'll have live coverage. Of course, you can count on us in the event, at the event, outside the event, and an in-depth analysis as well, interviews with the candidates. Thank you both for coming in. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild week.